Yeah, what it lit with y'all? It's your main guy out here, man. Pissy Pianci, Lamumba, aka Blow Lambo from out the barrio, you hear me? Off the dump, coming through that door. Hit that like button, my boy, and also subscribe. It don't cost you nothing. You know what I'm saying? And hit that notification bell to stay in tune to more things like this here. And if you also like to help to see this channel grow, you can send a donation to my cash app. Lamumba 16. That's Lamumba 16. Stankin' motherfuckers. So check the move, man. Alright. Get into this Bloodhound q50 situation, man. Rapper out of Chicago. Just came down here to St. Louis and got his whip hit up over 60 times with them Draco things, you know what I mean? To everybody who follow my videos, the few people I got rocking with me strong, y'all all know I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, raised in Jacksonville, Florida, but I've been living in St. Louis for the past 5 years. But before I moved here, I used to visit every year since '06. I'm not from here. I'm not a stranger to him. To here. I got a lot of family here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not from here, so, I'm not finna try to big St. Louis up. I ain't trying to tear him down. I finna just speak on St. Louis from what I know. Okay. Now, the situation with this guy, there's not really much out there about it. Ain't too many people speaking on it. You know what I'm saying? But I thought I should chime in because I'm here in St. Louis, right? So evidently this guy got into it with I can't think of the dude name right now, but some pictures he looked like a white dude. Some pictures he looked like a black dude who just fell a light skin. It's black people out here that's so light skinned that they look white. It depends on what picture you looking at. The first pictures I seen, he definitely looked like a white boy. Last picture I seen, he looked like he was kind of black. But evidently they got into it on this internet stuff. Something that ain't really have nothing to do with the let's just say that's what they calling him, a white guy. Something that really ain't got nothing to do with him, but the guy Q50 was getting into it with another guy, whether he was from Chicago or St. Louis, and somehow this guy down here was affiliated somehow with him. Somehow he felt it was his need to put his 2 cents on in the conversation, and that's what got them into it, right? That's the first fact of the matter. The second fact of the matter is that it's alleged that I guess he ran off with 60 bands on somebody down here. You know what I'm saying? Rapping about it, talking about it, and then turn around, come down here and do a show. That was a foolish mistake. Okay? Evidently, I was trying to dig up on it. It ain't really say nothing about nobody died. I think, somebody probably got hit up or so. All them shots somebody had to. But it's been confirmed that nobody passed from it. Right? So you would think somebody being, blessed, counting their blessings, But now what he do? He get online, yeah, try again, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. When I see things like this, man, in this generation now, man, I just don't understand it, man, because, see, it's like y'all playing with y'all life for people's entertainment. I don't care what city you in America. It's somebody in that place that will do something to you. And definitely in places like St. Louis. Now, St. Louis almost every year get crowned the murder capital of the year. Not that they do the most murders, and people don't know that. That's that per capita stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if we go off actual numbers, St. Louis wouldn't be number 1. They'll probably be number 20. You know what I'm saying? But that per capita rating goes off percentage, you know? So you got to think, Chicago, a city of 2 million people, let's just say, for them to say 1% of their population passed, at least 2,000 people have to die. St. Louis, 3,000 people, 1% is 300. So they 300 gonna beat out that 2,000. You know what I'm saying? If they got 1,950, they getting beat out by St. Louis 300 just because they got a smaller population. It goes by percentage. You know, okay, 300 people got killed in St. Louis, that's 1% of the population that got murdered that year. You know? In other places, I mean, things is just not happening like that. But do St. Louis get down? Yeah, they get down. Is St. Louis foolish? They definitely foolish. You know? I've been out here, man, I seen dudes on the bus, big pistol just hanging out their pocket. No care in the world. The loudest person on the bus, man, you liable to hit any block down here and see 15 guys out there standing with Chechen weapons in their hand. You know what I'm saying? St. Louis, see, a lot of places, a lot of cities ain't got time for that type of stuff. Somebody just like all the little beefs Charleston White been getting into. He dissed this place. A lot of them people, yeah, we gonna say what they gonna say at the moment. But the next time they liable to see him, they not thinking about that. None of St. Louis. St. Louis just like Jacksonville. St. Louis got something to prove. You know what I'm saying? They got all day for this type of thing. They don't mind going to prison. They don't mind dying. They don't mind taking you out. Since I've been out here in St. Louis, I've been out here 5 years, bro. And I've been on my best behavior out here. Why? I know don't nobody really know me like that out here. I know a lot of people, but they don't know me the way I'm known in Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? And the worst thing I want to have happen to me is me going to prison out here, being locked up in the world where I don't know nobody. Not a gang member, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to lose my life out here. That's the worst thing I would want to have happen, where it get back to my peoples in Florida and Georgia, that I lost my life out here. So I've been on my best behavior. A lot of things I would have been crushed down in Florida or Georgia, I let it slide down here. Cause these guys, they are gun happy down here. They are. You know what I'm saying? Q50. If I were you, if you got kids, I would be trying to draw closer to my kids. I'd be trying to draw closer to my family. I wouldn't never come down here to St. Louis if I don't got to. And see, the thing with you guys that's rapping, and y'all around here doing little stuff in these streets, it's easy for somebody to draw you in to a trap. They could easily, who's to say they didn't book this show for them? Like said and Ass say, that probably didn't have nothing to do with the situation. That could have had something to do with that night. Something that transpired that night in that club. But these dudes, when you're a rapper, you done ran out, just the same thing happened to Chopper from making the band. He done ran off on some guys, they set him up for a show and blicked him. Luckily, he survived. And you see, he changed his life behind that. He fully admit, man, I was wrong. Man, this, that, and third, you know what I'm saying? And he said, I got what I deserved. Some of these guys, they just don't learn. In their life, sometimes before the end come, we all get a warning. But we choose not to heed the warning. Q50, if you hear this, let this be your warning, bro. Don't come back down here. Don't play with these people. if somebody book you for a show from now on, and this go for all rappers, especially you guys that's out here still doing dirt, if somebody book you a show, for one, if it's very close to a place you know you got problems with, check into it. Check up on their peoples. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't got to be the people who got beef with you. Guys with money, they know people. He probably know some guys out, these guys out here with money, they probably know guys in Atlanta with money. You know what I'm saying? And they liable to set you up for a show in Atlanta. You thinking, okay, I'm way in Atlanta. Oh, I'm balling out, I'm in Atlanta this here. You know what I'm saying? How people get, when they get in places like Atlanta and LA and just all relaxed like it's sweet, like it don't happen. They can set you up like that. You out here with your guard completely down. And they blick you, dog. You know? And like I say, you were lucky to make it out that situation. Tupac got hit up once before he passed. Slim got hit up before he succumbed to bullet wounds. Julio been hit up few times. That last time it wasn't no coming back. Your next time, you may just get left here. It ain't no coming back. It's getting drugged back where you from. And I like to also say this, man. When you go on them shows, make sure you take people you don't care about. You don't care about with you. When I say don't care about people that's closer to you. Don't be taking your brother, your uncle, your aunties, your sisters. If you had a truckload of brothers, aunties, and cousins, and that truck got hit up and they murked everybody in there, you just got a bunch of key members of your family taken out on the humbug. Make sure you take people you don't care nothing about, or y'all know what I'm saying. Take some security, because your actions, having your closest loved ones with you, and for you guys who rapping who ain't got much money, who can't really afford security like that, of course they gonna take their closest homeboys, their closest family members on the road with them. But be selective. Nah, man, you can't go, bro. You know, I can't risk losing you. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, man, your actions allow to get key members of your family hurt for no reason, man. And it ain't really much I got to say on this situation, but man, look, bro, you from Chicago. You from the Midwest. So you know how the Midwest get down. Don't test St. Louis, bro. Because they ready for the bullshit. It's somebody down here that's on that type of time at all times, and I'm telling you. And it's sad that I see it like that. I've never been nowhere where people just ready to go to prison, just ready to die. You know, that's how they is out here. That's one thing I picked up from living out here, man. And you being from Chicago, somewhere that's way much worse, you should know better. Pissy Pianci, Blow Talk TV, man. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Fuck with me the long way. Or fuck you in your jaw, blow bubbles.